like I said, we'll see how we're feeling. We'll see how we're feeling.
Gul'dan versus Gul'dan.
Your soul shall be mine. I am your nightmare.
Okay. So our hand isn't hyper fast. But we do have the Imp King boss, which is okay. Bronzebeard really doesn't have too much going on with our hand right now. Not to say he won't.
You're so sweet.
Okay.
Fine. Gosh.
I think for now we just pass turn. Okay. I think here we'll just play the Rotten Bomb. And attack again. Having the Bronzebeard here, we can go Bronzebeard into the Earthen Ring, or Earthen Ring to heal 6 life. So I think we're okay for now. Okay, so they are also playing Renolock. Okay. What's up, Big Sanity? How was your vacay? Did you enjoy it? And thank you for the sub. I saw that you subbed recently. Hell yeah. Glad you enjoyed yourself.
Death does not scare me.
What kind of rental car did you have? It wasn't a tank? Damn. Should have been a tank though. I think I'm okay with that actually. It's gonna wipe our board, but whatevs. Yeah, that's actually a pretty sexy vehicle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I guess we just draw a card here and then pass that turn. What does this do? I mean, I guess that card actually doesn't seem too bad. I don't know if it's that good. Okay, that sucks. So get that off board. Get that off board.
Side effects.
I feel like we just had to get those things off board. Them things is spooky. So have you been checking out the Hearthstone spoilers lately? To see all the nastiness. You know, a lot of people are like, that new priest card doesn't seem that good. I know it's 9 mana, but resurrecting 3 dudes is redonkulous.
This will be a mercy killing.
I gotta get me one of these at some point. That card's so good too.
Death does not scare me.
We'll just drop a big old voidy boy. I mean, you can say it's a crappy spellstone, but at least for standard, because the spellstones are rotating out, I think it's a solid replacement. I feel like they have the much better Renolock deck. Ouch. Okay, so if we just bomb this.
You have the artifact.
No. I will say, and I give myself mad props for this, that was probably the first time I honestly read a card properly. And I read that and I was like, it might not be the same, but you're still getting back 3 guys. I mean, it makes me think that decks like Big Priest and that going forward for standard could still be okay, just because you're meant to play that grind game, that long game. I will say though, I recently stumbled across Trump, and I think he's pretty good stuff. There's some Hearthstone personalities I'm not super big into, but you know, I think that. Oh, that sucks. I can say that I like more of the Hearthstone personalities that I've seen so far than I do the Magic personalities. They just have a more like relaxed vibe to them.
Get back.
I don't know. There's just something about them. Just something about them.
Get back.
I see.
I mean, that is true. The other thing is too is the decks that are good now might not be good after rotation, just because we are getting new cards, and there will be some new strategies formed. So it really is hard to look that far into the future.
Get back.
Who knows what secrets will uncover a worthy disciple?
We're clearly going to take 2 tenors here. I will not draw. You know, it's in so many decks lose a lot of stuff. Something I have found interesting with this game compared to something like Magic, because for most people who know me, they know that's where I've come from. Is that having something like the classic core set to kind of always keep some cards in the standard format, to me, is very interesting. Because you do have your cards that rotate. And then you have like your almost forever permanents. And I do think on one hand it is restricting for what they design going forward, because they're either going to keep the core set cards kind of as the de facto, like, this is what we think is okay, and maybe printing stuff better than what's already out there could be, you know, infinitely wrong move. But at the same time, I think it helps keep people involved in the standard format, because you always have a handful of cards that are live. Always. I do think that that's a very interesting thing. So I think the core set's like a good and bad thing at the same time. outside looking in. You know, coming up here, this will be our first rotation, so we're definitely going to learn more stuff and things, you know, about us kind of going forward.
Side effects? No. Trust me.
What's this do? Lifesteal taunt? That's really not...
Bare your soul to
I mean, I guess it's not that bad.
Do I have to?
Well, I have a feeling that that's just going to do nothing this game. So I am super excited though for our first rotation. I know a lot of my decks rotate. I'm gonna try to get some packs as soon as the new set drops. You know, there's so many things right now that we're hyper interested in, and we only have so many funds to do it with. Okay, so we know they're twisting Nether's gone.
your soul.
I actually feel pretty good about that. Because I would like to be able to stay involved with Standard going forward. I don't want to be one of those wild only because my stuff rotated. It would definitely be easier on us, I think, to just go into wild because it's kind of like a one-shot, you know. 6, 12, 17, 18.
I ain't talking. You're not like the rest.
Okay, so I think we win this game right now. Or not.
I'm almost
Damn.
out of cards.
That was lame sauce.
Engaging
I guess we'll just play it to put a threat on board. You can just kill it, but whatever. Like I said, they had the better Renolock deck, so I really can't be too mad. You know, this deck will probably forever be a work in progress. Because either we focus this deck down and nothing else gets finished or made, or we never make any new decks and just get this one going. So it's one of those weird dilemmas for us.
Unleash me. I'm out of cards.
Yeah, I don't think we win here. And they still have a Reno in hand as well.
Who knows what secrets we'll uncover? We're gonna be rich. Let's stash that away.
Well, we're gonna play this out like we think we can still win. With them having 2 more Renos in their deck. We know better.
From the void I come. Almost out of cards.
But we won't scoop though. We'll just let it roll out to the end. You know, this deck is still, fuck, you know, 20 plus thousand dust from where I want it to be. But like I said, that's going to be a real slow slog for us. We'll just bite ourselves. That's okay. This was at least a good game to go out on. So we know they have at least 2 Renos in hand right now. We tried. I like how they didn't attack. I mean, I guess that's okay. Okay, well, with that loss out of the way, we're gonna call it a stream. That was a long, grueling game on us. What do I even have left for dust anyway? Only got 275 dust right now. Gross. And we've pretty much dusted every loose card that we have left. Okay, well, with that said, I want to thank everyone for coming out. Hope everyone enjoyed themselves tonight. I know I did. We'll be back tomorrow night with some Borderlands 2 action. Hope to see you then. Peace out.